So TiE's mission is to foster entrepreneurship globally through mentoring, networking, educating, funding and incubating. Today we are starting our first session in the new series launched by TiE Lucknow, TiE Government Talks. Let's engage, explore and ideas around governance, policy and entrepreneurship. Now let's welcome Mr. Rajiv Kumar. He is the General Manager cum Regional Head, SIDBI Lucknow. Mr. Rajiv Kumar is working with Small Industries Development Bank of India. SIDBI is the principal development finance institution of Government of India for promoting finance and development of micro, small and medium enterprises sector. Welcome Mr. Rajiv.
It is a principal financial institution set up by Government of India under an Act of Parliament. So, and the mandate given to us is to promote, finance and develop the MSME sector in India. And SIDBI was set up in 1990. So, and as you are already aware that many commercial banks were already there who are engaged in the same line of activity. So why government felt the need to create SIDBI? I think the need for such institution was felt that giving only credit cannot help the MSMEs in a way that the government would want. So an institution was created which is not a commercial institution. We are not a commercial bank. We are a development financial institution. So our objective is to develop the MSME sector. And we try to develop the MSME sector in 5-6 major activities which we say. Number one and most important is to provide liquidity in the system. So we provide refinancing to almost everybody, every bank, financial institution, NBFC or microfinance institution for their financing to MSMEs. And out of our book size of around 5.5 lakh crore, this forms approximately 90% of our book. 4.5 lakh crore is towards refinancing, wherein we give liquidity to these institutions so that they can provide financing to MSMEs. Second important thing is activity of SIDBI is basically promotion and development. So we do a lot of promotion and development activities. We run a mission called Mission Swablamban, which is aimed at creating new enterprises, which is aimed at encouraging youth to take up entrepreneurship as their means of livelihood. So we do that in a big way. Swablamban mission we run. Third important is startups. So we run a program called Fund of Fund. It's a Government of India Fund of Fund. It's a 10,000 crore fund of fund which SIDBI is running. And through that fund of fund, we provide liquidity to AIFs. So probably you might have heard about AIFs, alternate investment funds. So AIFs actually invest in startups and SIDBI provides liquidity to those AIFs. There are more than 500 AIFs across the country and they then fund the startups. So that 10,000 crore fund of fund has recently been exhausted and government has announced another fund of rupees 10,000 crore in the last budget. So you might all be aware about it. We are promoting startups in a big way, and last 4 or 5 years startup ecosystem has grown by leaps and bounds. Besides central government startup fund, we also run fund of fund for state governments. For UP also we have got a startup fund, wherein UP has created a fund of 1,000 crore and SIDBI is managing that fund, wherein we are through those AIFs we are funding startups which are based in UP. So yeah, and there are many state government fund like that, wherein SIDBI is providing support, liquidity support to AIFs. So that's the third major activity. Fourth activity is the microfinance. There are, when poverty is still there in our country, and there are many villages, pockets wherein poor women are there mainly. So microcredit is aimed at supporting poor women to take up some activities of livelihood. So there are many microfinance institutions which SIDBI has been supporting, and many of these microfinance institutions have grown very big. So out of 8 small finance banks, today I think there are 9 small finance banks. Out of that, 8 are nurtured by SIDBI. So they were basically set up as very small institutions around 10 years back, and now they have grown big and they've got license of small finance bank. So microfinancing also SIDBI has been promoting in a big way, and with that, I mean, lakhs of women have been benefited. So and then fifth major activity which SIDBI does is direct financing. So besides all those activities, we also directly finance the MSMEs, and in fact in the last 3-4 years we have become very active in directly financing the MSMEs. So because while banks are there, and we do not compete with the banks, wherein banks are comfortable in financing, we generally prefer that banks should be financing those projects. But sometimes it does not happen. So there are SIDBI schemes also for direct financing, and if the project promoter when meet our eligibility guidelines, we can also provide direct support to that MSMEs. So directly we obviously, as you know, we do not have outreach as that of a commercial bank. In Lucknow only, I think SBI must be having 50-60 branches, but we do not. We have only one branch, and which is also very small branch. So we have put certain limits that we will be catering to these kind of clients directly only. So mainly, basically we cater to the greenfield units. So the promoters who are setting up greenfield units. Then second is those units which are already in existence and they want to scale up. They want to further upgrade, put some machineries, etc. So those units also we are financing. We have also now products for financing working capital, etc. We are also very active in green financing. So Mr. Farman, who is the branch head of our Lucknow branch, he will be making the presentation on those schemes, and then we will discuss about those schemes in case you have any further requirement of information or any. And the schemes are, I will say why these schemes are unique. That also aspect. Number one, we are using technology in a big way. The entire process of applying for the loan application is entirely digital, and then processing is also digital, and there are products up to 5 crore, up to rupees 3 crore and up to 5 crore for existing borrowers and 3 crores for new to bank borrower for us. We call that loan as express loan. So it is purely digital, and within few hours of filing you get an in principle sanction, and then that application is scrutinized by the branch, and finally detailed sanction letter and disbursement is done after documentation. So express is purely digital and fast mode, and generally we give loans above 10 lakhs. We do not give loans below 10 lakhs, and 10 lakhs also for existing units. So existing units which are in operation for 3 years and are in profits, those units are given very fast track sanctions. And for greenfield units, there is a greater level of scrutiny, and SIDBI has expertise in greenfield financing greenfield projects. So there is a high level of scrutiny. It takes slightly longer time for doing that, maybe 3 to 6 weeks at the most. So that is there. As I said, green projects. When today the need is to upgrade, evolve, make yourself better, so that we can decrease our costs and increase our profit margins, and that can be only done by adopting measures like energy efficiency, solar, etc. So those are controllables. Other things are non-controllables, because you cannot control the raw material prices, you cannot control your buyers, etc. You can only control the cost which you are incurring in production. So those can be done by employing better technology, machines, solar rooftop. For that, SIDBI is the pioneer, and we have got beautiful schemes wherein we provide up to 100% financing backed by your contribution. Normally, for any project, 75% financing is done, 25% is the promoter's contribution. What we do in this case is we provide 100% financing, and we keep that 25% as a collateral, as a cash collateral in the form of FD, wherein in the FD also we pay interest. So that also earns interest, and 100% financing is done. And this saves a lot of cost of the borrowers with regard to the title investigation of property, valuation of property, and the mortgage charges. So all those and the time is everything is cut, and the disbursements and the sanction are very fast. So and we maximum limit of loan generally we give up to 50 crores. So up to 50 crore loan we can give. And as you know, government has increased the MSME definition last year. So now units having turnover up to 500 crore fall within the MSME definition, and with 150 crore turnover universal. So spectrum of MSME sector is very, very wide, from a micro unit, tiny unit to medium scale unit, and SIDBI is catering to almost the entire spectrum. Some we are catering directly, some we are trying to cater indirectly through our refinancing and startup and other schemes. So what we are doing is under the promotion and development, we are engaging with the industry associations. In UP, we have recently executed with 8 industry associations, MOUs with 8 industry associations, wherein we are building their capacities. We are placing one executive with them for a period of 1 year. We are hand-holding them so that executive gives hand-holding support to the members of the association during the entire year. And we also help them in conducting various programs for the their members. So that we have all executed 8 MOUs, IIA, Laghu Udyog Bharti, almost all major industry associations are covered. Second, with regard to I think the support for the ecosystem. I mean, we had tie-ups with many institutions, almost all IITs and all IMs, as well as major institutions for incubation support. So SIDBI has placed certain funds with those institutions so that they help the startups who have good ideas, so that they incubate with them by providing certain seed capital support. Government of India is also giving, SIDBI is topping up that. So that support is there, and thereafter, if somebody is successfully incubated, they have got the proof of concept, and they have also, market tested the market. Then if they are ready for scale up, then we also link up with the AIFs. So and then AIFs then examine in detail the roadmap for startup, and then they provide the financing. So I think with this I'll stop here, and I can take questions now also, or maybe once the presentation is done, maybe you will have some more questions. We can address those whatever queries together. What do you say, Pranaji?
So we can take Q&A later.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.